Code S. Vegas. In the upper right, we have our Protoss player. Very solid, especially in the late game, but only if he can get there. He is
MVP Vampire.
Bleh.
Thanks, Vlad.
I can't think of any other vampire isms I could put out there. In the bottom left, we have Arctos' child. It is a
Ace Team, baby.
Well, my baby's on the first team.
That's right.
She's on the A string.
This is a poser, baby.
Not nearly as cute.
All right, barracks now coming down here. And so it's not going to be a Nexus first. It's not going to be a command center first.
Nope. I think that's smart. You don't want to do that twice here, especially when, as you said, baby has builds that are going to really be hard to have that work against.
Okay, here's a question. Do vampires turn into... Because, there's different kinds of vampires, depending on which kind of, mythology you're talking about. Are there vampires that turn into bats, bat plural, or do they turn into a giant bat? Or are there some vampires that cannot turn into a bat?
Yeah, I think I like the ones that can't turn into a bat.
You think you like them where they can't?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like vampire lords that control bats, like bosses in video games? Where they open
I'm
their
fine
cloak
with that because it makes it harder.
Yeah.
I like hard video games. That's why I cast StarCraft.
Yeah, man, because you're a man. You're a manly man. Well, I'm a manly dude, Artosis.
You are.
When I cook my bacon, I don't wear a shirt, man. It's dangerous, dude.
That can splatter. You got to be careful. Actually, you know what?
I'm a dangerous guy, man.
That's stupid. That's stupid. A manly man knows his limitations, wears an apron.
He wears an apron, but nothing else, right?
Oh, of course, nothing else.
What am I? My kiss the cook apron?
Yes.
Yes.
World's #1 sun apron.
I got my mug there. It says like world's #1 esports commentator.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Chrono boosting out a Stalker. Are vampires and werewolves enemies?
Yes, of course.
I don't know.
What?
What is the name?
No cases, they're friends. Whoa.
You are so funny.
All right.
All right, then what is the enemy of a mummy?
Brendan Fraser.
You are funny. That was the best possible answer to my out there question.
Yeah.
All right, starboard coming in here.
So he's scouted this SCV out here that's kind of just scouting in a random spot. But yeah, it is a quick starport. And the factory is kind of hidden. It's in a place where people may be wondering, why are you doing it there? Well, it's because he can actually rally Hellions out if need be with that.
Sure.
Like those will get there quicker than if it was in his main base.
Yep.
And you never know, you might end up doing some of that. The medevac is on the way. This is kind of similar to before. And as far as Vampire goes, he did add those 2 gates. So he's going to have the unit production that he needs against this.
All right. More Marines coming out now. And, all right. No shock here by Vampire. He's doing a very standard build right now.
Yeah.
Very safe.
Very standardly opening. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Almost loses that Stalker. He's got to be careful.
Bad.
Any units he loses here is actually really bad.
Yeah, even that Zealot, it's like, well, he's going to Hellion drop you. It's probably best if you don't.
In fact, he's going to just do a Marine drop to start, and that's going to do all right. And the Hellions are going to come up from the other side. So he's going to draw the units into the main base in a second here. See what he wants to do is go over to the probes and make the probes run to the natural, but that's not going to happen. Vampire being very
I feel
smart.
like he should have actually dropped in the opposite direction. Nice micro, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That didn't end up working, but it was a smart thought. Vampire was very good
he's
at
going to
this.
get there.
Oh, my God.
Hold on.
Big mistake
I was like
there.
rubbing my eye, and suddenly I look, put my eyes back up. They're up inside the base.
Cool story, bro.
That's my 6th story, guys. I'm going to add that to your caster fanfiction. I need to make caster fanfiction.
You should. You already do in your dreams about Mr. Bitter in Rotterdam.
Yeah, dude, that's my fanfiction, man. That's my 50 Shades of Grey fanfiction of Mr. Bitter in Rotterdam.
Did you have a dream with him last night where they had fangs?
No.
Oh.
Not yet, man. All right. Here we go now. He's coming in here with the Hellions. I'm being pushed back. I don't think this is actually necessary. Whoa, that was weird.
He's not going to get anything really done here. And in fact, if the medevac was out on the map still, that could be a scary scenario. But we do have a Banshee flying around. In the meantime, Baby is making a command center. Well, it's finished. He's making the orbital at this point.
The orbital?
The orbital.
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 All right, the Banshee's coming in, hitting these probes. All right, now being driven back. Now, he did not get cloaked with that, so that's going to be probably the last we see of that Banshee as far as harass goes.
Yeah, it's going to be stuck up there for a while. That keeps 2 Stalkers aside. Now, Baby is going to have to go into more normal play from here. He's getting his upgrades and whatnot, but Vampire, I think, should be feeling pretty good. Baby hasn't even started mining yet from his expansion. Normally, Terran gets a mine a little bit earlier, and even though he has a little tech jump, it's not really that far ahead right now. These Banshees, as you said, Tasteless, not going to be all that useful. And now he can go into whatever type of tech he wants to.
And Forge now, and Twilight Council. Almost called it a Citadel.
Yeah.
He's playing great. I think this should go into a fairly long game now.
Yeah, I
Standard
think so.
macro game.
Yeah, and what remains to be seen is, do you go Blink or do you go Charge with High Templars? And I feel like this game he has to go Blink.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing against Banshees.
100%, I think that's right.
He's already has 5 Stalkers. I mean, that calls for Blink, Tasteless.
I agree.
In fact, he has more than 5 Stalkers. He has 6.
But he's going Charge.
7, 8, 9.
Weird.
This is actually a mistake.
I don't agree with this at all.
I understand that he's going Charge. Unless he's going for a bust as Charge finishes, I can't see this being the correct choice, because when you actually have like 9 Stalkers, and he has 9 Stalkers and 2 Zealots, just having these 9 Stalkers and his Antigua Shipyard, Blink is going to be so useful.
All right, that's not going to happen. Is he really going to unload up there? Okay, I was going to... Oh, excuse me. He really is going to unload.
He's trying so hard to.
All right, he might even come in here with the... Oh, we have a Hellion drop over here. Okay, I see what's happening.
Well, he does have Stim and Combat Shield, so these Marines will do very well against these Stalkers.
Oh, but he's going to lose that medevac.
He brought the rest of the units up.
All for what, baby?
What?
Oh,
my God. That's some good force fields right there.
Well, those laser beams look really weird.
Yeah. I think they went through the ground a little bit.
No, I know. Yeah, it's like the animation's like clipping through.
Now we do have the 2 Banshees taking on the Stalker. Nice usage of this Banshee. Good way to get it free. Or maybe give it another trapped friend. We will see.
All right, and he's going to back up now.
Yeah.
This is actually how Baby played StarCraft 1. I feel like his style is really good, but it just doesn't seem to be too effective against somebody like Vampire. Vampire does this every game, pretty much. He's going to be so used to being harassed.
Yeah, and he's doing very well holding that harassment for sure. Well, he does have his Charge now. Just now getting that Templar Archives, which actually turns out to be fine based upon what's happened. And now it's time for that 3rd base.
I'm so intrigued that he went Charge first. I'm wondering what his rationale was for that.
He loves Charge. You sometimes see him go Charge first against Zerg and then go Blink. Which is like, and not even for a weird timing attack, just he really likes Charge.
Very Zealot reliant player, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, more medevacs. Marines, Marauders being cranked out here. And it looks like now finally Vampire's going to go and try to move out and secure the center of the map.
Baby is making his third command center. It's lined up pretty well overall with the Nexus. A little bit.
Do you think Vampire could push forward any farther?
No, he shouldn't be doing this at all. I wasn't even talking about it because I thought he was just walking out and walking back, but this is a scary situation for him to be in here. He just doesn't have that many units right now. I mean, Immortals are good, but they aren't that good.
All right, more Zealots coming down here now. And, dead even supply. I think that neither player can really kill the other one.
Yeah,
as far as I can tell.
There's no kill timings yet.
So they're going to have to sit back and mass up.
But, you know what? Vampire's going for this type of composition again. I mean, he's getting High Templars without Storm. He's just going to make Archons and a ton of units and have good upgrades. And while good upgrades and a ton of units are good things, I feel like people are learning how to deal with this, even in a best-of-3 against him.
Sure.
Because if Baby focuses on micro and not overcommitting, he's going to, whittle down the army slowly but surely.
You see Baby trying to trick him.
Yeah, he's
making it look like those medevacs might be full.
I like that.
Yeah, it's just smart. All right, he knows he can't really engage that.
Oh.
And I like the factory there. It's so funny. It just kind of messes up the mining.
Yeah. And he is trying to do some harassment up here at the third base, but it does get snapped down. And now he drew the army up there with that little drop, sacrificed a medevac full of units. Now he'll get a lot of units here in the main base, and this is going to do a lot of damage.
Oh man, he's going to get the robo.
Oh,
what next? Mowing down some Zealots and getting them. Oh, excuse me. All right, I was wondering if he was going to get that pylon that was powering the gateways.
Now, I love that he's trying to focus down some of these Stalkers. They're more expensive, and he has a lot of medevacs.
Yeah, look at this. He can get around this corner, and he just hugs this area over here. The Zealots cannot hurt him.
Yeah, Zealot's not going to do very much here at all. He's healing a lot, and now the Stalkers are fighting a Stim Marine Marauder alone. That is very bad. Now the Marauders finally get up. I mean, the
wow, that was really nicely done.
Yeah, that was.
Meanwhile, we have another attack over here.
Oh god.
Oh man, I think this might be the beginning of the end for Vampire.
Yeah. Baby's going to target it, and there you go. He does target it. He's going to
dropping over here again in the main.
And Baby has just peeled Vampire apart like a very old and evil blood-drinking banana.
Wow, he's just played brilliantly.
Yeah.
Now he has to do his mass up and probably hit him again when the third Nexus is remade and finishes.
Yeah. Do notice that it's similar supplies right now, but Baby has the 3 bases, and he's going to... I mean, the units he killed off, when you're going for this type of composition that Vampire is going for, you want to have a bigger army, right? You want to have this big, big, tough army. He's killed off a huge chunk of the important units and the size of it, and when you go down to like a lower supply, Marine Marauder Medevac is more powerful in comparison than it is at higher supplies.
Yeah. All right. We're just kind of waiting here. I don't know if Vampire's going to be able to get out of this situation. Wait a minute, does garlic actually kill vampires or like...
No, it repels them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why. Garlic's delicious.
Yeah, garlic is amazing.
I would not like to be a vampire for that reason.
Hey man, you can't eat green barbecue without garlic. All right, we got him.
Now, this is Baby out in the middle of the map a little bit too far, and he's taking a lot of damage here. In fact, those Stalkers may be able to pick off a lot of medevacs, and that would be a huge loss for
I don't know why
Baby.
he's not just stimming and going back into the bunkers.
He's lost 2 medevacs so far, and he is back in the bunkers now. But
bring down his SCVs here.
This is a little change here. Baby a little bit too far forward on the map, and Vampire punishing him for it.
Baby overextending just a little bit here.
Yeah, and in fact, he's going to die from this, it looks like.
What? I guess he overextended himself. He needed to get back to Turtle. I don't understand the world anymore. GG.
He was too far out in the center of the map at that moment. It was a tenuous moment because Vampire still had...
That was so weird.
He killed off a lot of units for losing that Nexus and losing a lot in the main.
That's true.
And then with all those warp gates, he warped in a pretty strong army, but Baby was just sitting in the middle, which is something you do with a much bigger army than what he had. That was very small. It was what we call a podunk army.
I believe that's a technical term.
Yeah. So, Baby does fall out, and that's hurtful for Baby because he made it into Code A, fell out first round, got seeded in Code S, fell out in last place. So now he's back in round 1 of Code A. Things aren't looking good for him. Obviously, he's very good to have been put into this situation.
Sure.
But he's not showing it for us. Not
He's underperforming.
Look at the
he
other
actually,
players.
He had that game won,
Yeah.
and then he just didn't do the last part of the winning thing where, okay, you've crippled his economy. You did a whole bunch of damage that was very cost-effective in his base. Go back home, get in the bunkers, get a nice arc, heal up. Yeah, I think he was treating it like Vampire wasn't going to do anything. Like Vampire's just going to try to remake the Nexus and go like this and hope he doesn't attack. So Vampire's like, all right, I'm going to send everything I got at you. And caught him out of position. We are going to take a 5-minute break, and when we get back, we're going to have our final best of 3. Stay tuned.